Hello, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys, where we teach the little guy and girl how to utilize charts to manage their own trades and investments. What do I mean by the little guy and girl? Well, we just had two directives signed halting the implementation of a rule that requires financial advisors to act in the best interests of their client. Let that sink in a little bit. The big wigs on Wall Street can play with your retirement and hard-earned money without your best interests at heart. We currently have hundreds of members taking charge of their financial future, and we would love for you to come check out a free week with no credit card required to see if our services would be beneficial on your path to financial independence as well. What we offer, we have a separate course of over 5 hours in length on when to enter and exit positions. And in terms of what we do daily, we have nightly videos, key levels updated each morning before the bell, 2.5 hours of live daily webcam coverage in the morning and in the afternoon, and over 7 hours of educational videos. All of these links can be found in the description of this video. Come check us out. Thanks for watching. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Hey everyone, checking in on oil, and it's the same story. A rejection from $54 psychological resistance. This now makes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 in the past month and a half. Rejecting from $54 psychological resistance. So we do have a higher low pattern here where we're forming very clear higher lows. Bulls must form a higher low compared to 52.22 after this rejection. The last thing that the bulls want to see is a rejection from $54, the inability to close over that level, and then a break of this little higher low pattern. It could be construed as an ascending triangle pattern where you have your horizontal base of resistance and then your uptrend support line with a tightening range. So we are going to see make or break likely by the end of this week, if not perhaps to start next week. But we're either going to see $54 become support with a close over that level on the daily time frame, or we are going to break this higher low pattern. So the bears do have momentum right now on the shorter term time frames. We're getting close to oversold. We did dip below 30 RSI. Bullish reversal hammer confirmed, seeing a short-term bounce attempt. Resistance is 53.12. This 53.11 level is coming from way back when. And I drew this on the chart a long time ago. And it was acting as resistance a long time ago. Didn't really act as support, and now it's acting as resistance again. So we'll leave it up there to see how the price reacts to it at 53.11. So the bulls need to form higher lows and higher highs to try and reverse this trend from here. And looking at it from a different time frame here, a different perspective, we can see the 4-hour chart very clearly. These are the higher lows that I just showed you on the daily, but you can see a bit more price action when you look at it on the 4-hour chart. So higher low pattern still intact. Bulls attempting to form a bullish reversal hammer on the 4-hour chart. Need to confirm it to see some follow through, but not the reaction that the bulls want to see from $54, which keeps happening again and again. Bears that have been going bearish at $54 over the past month and a half have been making very nice gains. So looking at USO on the daily time frame, we can see it's still getting tight as these Bollinger Bands continue to tighten. We had that resistance at 1162 and 1163, and then we topped out last week at 1162 again. So those low 1160s are lining up with $54 psychological resistance on oil. The 50-day moving average support held again at 1135. We've bounced off this level about 3 times now. So losing that 50-day will be signal number 1 for the bears, and then losing 1123 support would break that higher low pattern, which is pretty much exactly what we just looked at on oil. Weekly time frame, bulls are still in control. The middle Bollinger Band is 1116, so as long as the bulls hold that level on the weekly, they will remain in control. But ideal scenario for the bulls, maintain these higher lows, get a bull break of 1163, and it's pretty much going to have to happen with a breakout above the upper Bollinger Band at this point. Otherwise, we're going to trade sideways for quite a bit longer. So all about 54. And once that turns into support for oil, that's going to be a very clear signal for the bulls. So a close above $54, and we will very quickly, in my opinion, be looking back towards the high we've seen of 55.21. So we'll keep checking in every day as always. I appreciate you watching. Have a wonderful night.